Imagine an empire in West Africa, so vast and wealthy it controlled the gold and salt trade, a hub of learning that rivaled any in the world. This wasn't a myth. This was the Songhai Empire, one of history's most powerful, yet often overlooked, civilizations today. We journey back in time to the banks of the mighty Niger River to uncover the epic story of Songhai's rise to glory and its tragic fall. Our story begins around the 9th century with the Songhai people, skilled fishermen and traders, settling along the fertile bend of the Niger River in what is now modern-day Mali and Niger. Their most important settlement was Gao, a bustling trading post perfectly positioned to connect the trans-Saharan trade routes. For centuries, they lived under the shadow of larger empires, first the Ghana Empire and then the legendary Mali Empire, led by figures like Mansa Musa. The Songhai paid tribute and learned, absorbing the culture, administrative techniques, and, crucially, the Islamic faith of their rulers. But they never lost their distinct identity or their ambition for independence. The turning point came in the mid-15th century. The Mali Empire, once the undisputed power of West Africa, was weakening, plagued by internal conflicts and succession disputes. Seeing their chance, a visionary and ruthless Songhai leader seized the moment. His name was Sunni. Sunni wasn't just a rebel. He was a brilliant military strategist and a nation builder. Ascending to the throne in 1464, he launched a relentless 30-year campaign of conquest. He built a formidable army, featuring a powerful cavalry and a navy of war canoes that dominated the Niger River. His first major prize was the legendary city of Timbuktu, which he captured from Tuareg raiders in 1468. He then turned his attention to Jen, another vital center of trade and Islamic scholarship. The siege of Jen was a monumental effort, lasting a reported 7 years. But its fall in 1473 solidified Songhai's control over the region's commercial heartland. Sunni was a complex figure. To his enemies, he was a merciless tyrant. To his people, he was a liberator. While he was a nominal Muslim, he skillfully blended Islamic practices with traditional Songhai beliefs, a pragmatic approach that helped him unify a diverse population. By the time of his death in 1492, he had transformed a small kingdom into the sprawling Songhai Empire, laying the foundation for its golden age. After Sunni death, his son was quickly overthrown by one of his father's most trusted generals, a man who would take the name Askia Muhammad I. If Sunni was the great conqueror, Askia Muhammad was the great organizer. He is often called Askia the Great, and for good reason. He recognized that military might alone couldn't sustain an empire. It needed law, order, and a shared identity. A devout Muslim, Askia Muhammad, embarked on a famous pilgrimage to Mecca in 1496. This wasn't just a spiritual journey, it was a diplomatic match. He returned with the prestigious title of Caliph of the Sudan, granting him immense religious and political authority across the Muslim world. He used this legitimacy to launch further military campaigns, expanding the empire to its largest extent, stretching over 2 million square kilometers from the Atlantic coast deep into the Sahara. But his true genius lay in administration. Askia revolutionized the government, replacing traditional leaders with loyal governors. He standardized weights, measures, and currencies, which streamlined trade and boosted the economy. He created a professional, standing army and a fleet of naval canoes. Most importantly, he fostered a golden age of learning. Under Askia's patronage, cities like Timbuktu, Jen, and Gao became world-renowned centers of scholarship. The Sankha University in Timbuktu attracted scholars, scientists, mathematicians, and theologians from all over the Islamic world. Libraries were filled with hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, covering subjects from astronomy to law. The wealth of the empire, built on the tightly controlled trade of gold, salt, cola nuts, and enslaved people, funded this incredible cultural and intellectual flourishing. For a time, Songhai was not just the most powerful state in Africa, but one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth. Askia the Great's reign lasted for 35 years, a period of unprecedented stability and prosperity. However, like many great empires, the seeds of decline were sown from within. In his old age, Askia was blinded by cataracts, and his sons began to vie for power. In 1528, he was deposed by his own son Musa. This act of betrayal unleashed a period of instability, with a rapid succession of weak rulers and bloody civil wars that fractured the empire's unity. The central government weakened, and the provinces grew restless. While Songhai was consumed by internal strife, a new threat was gathering across the Sahara to the north. The Saudi dynasty of Morocco, led by Sultan Ahmad al-Mansur, had its eyes on Songhai's legendary wealth, particularly its control of the salt mines at Tagaza and the goldfields further south. The Sultan was ambitious and had a modern army, recently equipped with European firearms arquebuses and cannons. He saw the fractured Songhai Empire as a prize ripe for the taking. In late 1590, al-Mansur dispatched an expeditionary force of around 4,000 men. This army, a mix of Moroccan soldiers and European renegades, was led by a Spanish unit named Judar Pasha. They embarked on a grueling, perilous march across the Sahara Desert, one of the most inhospitable environments on the planet. Many died along the way from thirst and exhaustion, but a hardened core of about 2,500 soldiers survived the journey. The reigning Songhai Emperor, Askia II, vastly underestimated the threat. He assembled a massive army, estimated to be between 30,000 and 40,000 strong. On paper, it was no contest, but the Songhai army was a traditional force, relying on cavalry, spears, and swords. They had no answer for what was coming. The two armies met in March 1591, near the town of Tundibi. The Battle of Tundibi would be the final, devastating chapter in the Songhai story. As the massive Songhai army charged, confident in their numbers, Judar Pasha's men unleashed the terrifying power of gunpowder. The crack of thousands of arquebuses echoed across the plain, a sound of death the Songhai warriors had never heard. Their cavalry, spooked by the noise and smoke, became uncontrollable. Their infantry, armed with traditional weapons, were cut down from a distance, unable to even engage the enemy in hand-to-hand combat. The result was a slaughter. The Songhai army was shattered, its morale broken. The battle was a catastrophic defeat, not just militarily, but psychologically. It proved that bravery and numbers were no match for superior technology. After the battle, Judar Pasha marched on and easily captured the defenseless cities of Gao, Timbuktu, and Gen. The Moroccans looted the cities, plundered the wealth, and destroyed the great libraries, burning countless priceless manuscripts. The intellectual heart of West Africa was ripped out. The Songhai Empire didn't vanish overnight, but Tundibi was the mortal blow. The central authority collapsed completely. Local leaders broke away, and the once vast empire fragmented into dozens of smaller warring states. The Moroccans found it impossible to govern the vast territory they had conquered. Their victory was a hollow one. They had destroyed a great empire but could not replace it. The trans-Saharan trade routes, once the lifeblood of the region, shifted and declined, and West Africa entered a long period of political instability. The story of the Songhai Empire is a powerful reminder of the incredible achievements of African civilizations. It's a tale of ambition, faith, and knowledge, a golden age of wealth and scholarship built on the banks of the Niger River. But it's also a cautionary tale about how internal division can weaken even the mightiest empire, and how technological shifts can change the course of history in a single, thunderous afternoon. Though the empire fell, its legacy endures in the culture, languages, and historical memory of West Africa. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to explore more of history's forgotten empires with us. See you next time.